Welcome to unit number 2 of our AP Calculus class. Oh yeah, we made it. We got through the first unit where we talked about some of the pre-calculus stuff and some trigonometry and some of the tricky stuff of algebra. And now we are ready for real calculus. Oh yeah, in unit number 2, we're going to be talking about a new topic called limits. Oh yeah. Now at first, sometimes limits, people aren't exactly sure what they are. In fact, the first time I heard the word limits, I thought of this song right here. Oh yeah! And take it to the limit one more time. Oh yeah! But that's not exactly what we're going to be talking about. Limits in this class is basically nothing more than a y value, a special y value that a function is approaching from both sides of the graph. So as you've got a graph and it's coming around and maybe this side's dipping down and this side's going up, the function or the limit is the y value that graph touches both on the left and the right side. Oh yeah, it's nothing more than a y value. So don't try to get tricky here. A limit is just a y value. For example, what's the limit of this bird flying? Ooh, it's just that y value. If that y value was 5 feet, that would be the limit. So let's take a look really quick at a couple examples and that I want to show you. Let's get my drawing tool up and we'll show you some examples here. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to draw a graph here. And I've got some values here that we're going to graph. And I'm just going to draw up some random graph, some random function. And we're going to make sure you can find the limits of it. So let's say I've got a graph that kind of looks like this. And it comes up and it has a hole right here. And then something there. And then it's got an asymptote right here at x equals 1, and then it comes down and has a hole right here and continues. So this is the graph, and I want to find some limits really quick. So again, a limit is nothing more than a y value. So if I were to ask you what the limit is when x approaches -3. So what we would do is we would just go to -3 and find that value. Well, here it is. This is the y value. It looks like it's at 2. So the limit is 2. If I were to ask you what's the limit at x equals 0? Well, x equals 0, that's just right here on the graph. And so it would be at -2. A limit is a y value. So what's the y value as x approaches 0? It's -2. We can even find it for x equals 3. What's the limit as x equals 3? Well, here's 1, 2, 3. Well, it's right here. So it looks like it's 1. The y value is 1. Notice that at holes, limits exist. In fact, there's only 2 spots where limits will not exist. Limits do not exist. Limits do not exist only in 2 situations. And that's at gaps and asymptotes. Asymptotes. Those are the 2 spots. Vertical asymptotes is limits do not exist. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of what a limit is. It's just a y value. I'm totally covered here. That's kind of freaking me out. Let's clear it. Anyway, a limit is just a y value. So go in, find these y values. You can do them. We're going to learn how to do them graphically. We're going to learn how to do them with tables. We're also going to learn how to do them with algebra and simplification. And so that's what we're going to be working on these 2 weeks. Keep working hard. If you have questions, feel free to give me a text. My number is 208-557-4070. I'd love to help answer your questions. Feel free to send them in. And keep working hard. This is Mr. O, and I'll see you online.